Hello students, welcome to online class. I hope all are safe at home. Students, I am the history teacher. My name is Arul Sarita. I am going to teach the history part, unit 1. The unit 1, which lesson in the sense, outbreak of World War I and its aftermath. What does mean by aftermath in the sense? Results. Okay, outbreak of World War I and its aftermath in the sense results of the war. Yes, the first World War, which year it was started? Yes, which year it was started in the sense, children? 1914 it was started. 1914 it was started. Yes, 1914 it was started. So the First World War ended. Yes, ended in the year 1918. Yes, First World War started in the year 1914, ended in the year 1918. At the same time, at the end of the war, they were signed the Treaty of Versailles. So, which year it was signed in the sense? 1919 it was signed. Okay, it was a humiliating treaty of Germany. Yes, Germany was humiliated because of the treaties provisions. Okay, so that's what a humiliating treaty, like that I said. Okay, the next one at the end of the war is in order to establish peace and security in the world. Yes, European nations, they were joined together and they were established a League of Nations. League of Nations. Okay, children. So once again I am telling children, the First World War started in the year. The First World War started in the year 1914. The First World War, when it was ended in the sense in the year 1918. So at the end of the war, which treaty was signed in the sense? Treaty of Versailles was signed. Yes, which year? 1919. 1919 it was signed. So League of Nations. So which year League of Nations established in the sense? 1920 January 20. 1920 January 20 League of Nations was established. What for? What was the main reason in the sense? In order to establish peace and security in the world. Okay, children. Yes. So then in your book, what are the things are given? I am going to tell. Yes, which month to which month, which year to which year it was occurred. The First World War was occurred. I am going to tell children. Students, listen carefully, everyone. That June 28, 1914 to November 11, 1918. Yes, June 28, 1914 it was started. Yes, it was started and it was ended in the year 1918, November 11. Yes, so before entering into the lesson, I am going to tell something. Yes, about the about that European countries, what are the things happened in the world, everything. Okay, so what happened during the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. Okay, so you know very well in the 9th grade itself, you might have learned 1789 French Revolution was broke out. Yes, French Revolution broke out in the year 1789. Yes, so during the time of the French Revolution, three ideas emerged. Okay, so what are the three ideas in the sense? Liberty, equality, and fraternity. Liberty, equality, and fraternity. So that's the thing. Yes, in the 1789 is when the French Revolution was going on. Yes, these ideas emerged in the world. Then American Revolution, which year in the sense? 1765 to 1783. Yes, 1765 onwards it was started till 1783. Okay, so that's a thing. The next one, scientific revolution. Yes, scientific revolution, which century in the sense? Which year to which year in the sense? 1700s to 1800s. 1700s to 1800s. So what is that? What is the name of the, what is the meaning of scientific revolution in the sense? America and Russia involved in the preparation of rockets. Involved in the preparation of rockets. See, I had mentioned here, listen carefully children, scientific revolution which took place in the world, in the mainly in the European countries, 1700s to 1800s. America and Russia involved in the preparation of rockets. So that's a thing children. The next one, Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution, which year to which year in the sense, students? 1820, 1820 to 1840, 1820 to 1840. What is that? What is that Industrial Revolution? Industrial Revolution, what is that in the sense? It was occurred in England. Okay, it was started in England, otherwise Britain. Okay, so in order to produce more goods and services, otherwise more goods and commodities, Britain, what they did in the sense, they were invented, the European countries invented so many machines. So with the help of the machines, they were produced more and more goods and commodities. So that was the Industrial Revolution. So majority of the workers, they were lost their job opportunities, they lost their job opportunities, they were stayed at home. Yes, what was the result of that Industrial Revolution in the sense? Overpopulation. Yes, overcrowding. Yes, in the year 1914, yes, 1914, it was a turning point in world history. Why in the sense? The First World War was started in the year 1914. The political and social processes that began in 1789. So French Revolution time itself, everything started. The political as well as social processes were began in the sense, started in the year 1789, and it reached the climax, culminated. What is the meaning in the sense? Climax in the First World War. Yes, that broke out in the year 1914, and decisively it shaped the course of the 20th century. Yes, which one shaped the course of the 20th century in the sense? The First World War. The First World War shaped the course of the 20th century. Yes, the next one, what is given in your book in the sense, children? The long 19th century. Therefore, it shaped, just before I told, the First World War shaped the course of the history. Is it a course of the history? So, therefore, the historians call this as the long 19th century. How they were described, the historians? Long 19th century. This was the first industrial war. Yes, which was the first industrial war? First World War was the first industrial war that drew on the economic resources of the entire world, and also a large number of people were affected, mainly civilian population were affected, like that they are telling. So therefore historians call this as the long 19th century. Yes, why in the sense of First World War was considered as the industrial war that drew on the economic resources of the entire world, and also affected the large sections of the civilian population. Yes, this one already I mentioned, I told, that's what I am leaving, children. The next one, under the heading of empire, what other things are given? Yes, the political map. After the completion of the First World War, the political map of the world was redrawn. Yes, once again they were drawn that. Yes, once again they were changed everything. Yes, the place, yes, the place name, place, the country's place, everything they were changed. So that's what they were telling. Political map of the world was redrawn. 3 major empires lay shattered. What is the meaning of shattered? Shattered in the sense, what is the meaning? Devastated. Otherwise, we can tell distracted. 3 major empires lay shattered by the end of the war. Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottomans. So 3 empires, totally they were shattered, otherwise devastated, otherwise totally damaged, distracted. That is the meaning. Okay, so British Empire. So how they were shattered in the sense? British Empire, German Empire, Austria-Hungary Empire, Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire in the sense, what is that? Turkish Empire. Ottoman Empire in the sense, what is that? Turkish Empire. So when the war was going on, when the First World War was going on, in Russia, what happened? In the sense, Russians also involved in the First World War, but Russians, were disliked because of the force of which one? Who in the sense? Tsars of Russia. Tsar in the sense who? Kings of Russia. Tsar spelling Tsar. T-S-A-R, Tsar. Okay, so because of the compulsion of Russian Tsars, the Russians were involved in the First World War. So in Russia, there was internal war was occur. Otherwise, internal war was broke out. So that was considered as the Russian Revolution in the year 1917. So in your book it is given the outcome, the biggest outcome of the war was the Russian Revolution. The next one, what is given in the sense, students, unexpected thing. Yes, which one was unexpected? Russia, ruled by Tsar. Yes, the people disliked totally the Tsar's activities, Tsar's rule. So that's what, moreover, because of the compulsion of the Tsars only, Russians were involved in themselves in the First World War. So Russia entered the war against Germany. Against Germany only they were involved in the war. Yes, in the side of Britain, France and America. So Russian army was untrained. They were untrained army. Moreover, Russians, they were the middle class people as well as the working class people. Yes, middle class people as well as the working class people. And moreover, they have no shoes even. Yes, no proper shoes even. No training even. 2 million people, they were died. Yes, 2 million people, they were lost their lives in the First World War. Moreover, Russians alone, 5 million people, they were wounded. Yes, 5 million, they were wounded. Children, once again I am telling, students, listen all of you, they have no shoes. Yes, the Russians have no shoes, no training. Yes, 2 million people were died, 5 million people were wounded. They were involved in the war. Yes, untrained army. Russian army was untrained army. So even though they were, because of the compulsion of Tsars, yes, Tsar in the sense the rulers of Russia, because of the compulsion of them, they were involved. Okay, yes. The next one, after the completion of the World War, what happened in the sense, they have to bring the peace, is it? They have to bring the peace in the whole world. So what they planned in the sense, the European countries joined together, okay, and then they were established League of Nations on January 20, 1920. Yes, which year they were established League of Nations in the sense, League of Nations, which year established? 1920. Yes, 1920, January 20. Yes, so what for they were established League of Nations in the sense, see, to bring about the world peace, in order to maintain peace and security through the League of Nations. That's what they were established they were established League of Nations in the year 1920. Yes, but unfortunately League of Nations was failed. Why? What was the reason in the sense? Because United States of America, they did not join in the League of Nations. At the same time, Russia also joined late. Okay, Russia joined late. So these are the reasons. Okay, so moreover, USA did not join, Russia joined late, is it? So moreover, what happened, that other country people, that wait, students, unexpected war, I said no just before, is it? So Germany, Japan, Spain, Italy, so those countries, withdrew. Yes, withdrew from the where? From the League of Nations. Yes, so from the League of Nations, they were withdrew. So here, which concept was originated, otherwise which concept was started in the sense, concept of Europe. Yes, concept of Europe, that concept was created, was originated. So in this lesson we are going to learn, what are the things we are going to learn? First World War and its consequences. What is meant by consequences? Results. What is meant by consequences? Results. So Russian Revolution in the year 1917, like that I said, is it, children? Yes. Then and League of Nations also 1920. Yes, 1920, January 20, 1920. Yes, January 20, 1920 it was, that January 20, 1920, which one was created or established? League of Nations. League of Nations which year? 1920. January 20, 1920. Okay children, yes? 1.1 check it. 1.1 check it children. Scramble for colonies. What is mean by scramble? Yes, what is mean by scramble in the sense struggled. European countries, they were struggled for colonies. So that's why they are given, what is given? Scramble. Scramble, what is the meaning? Yes, scramble, what is the meaning? Struggled. Scramble in the sense struggled. Okay, yes. So under that, one heading is given, capitalist countries race for markets. What does mean by capitalist countries? Capitalist countries in the sense, what is that? Yes, capitalist countries in the sense rich people. Okay, the richest country, Britain. Yes, Britain, France, Russia, America. Yes, those countries were called as capitalist countries. Okay, capitalist countries race for markets. Under the heading, what are the things are given in the sense, the aim of the capitalistic industry was to produce more and more goods and commodities. Yes, they have to produce more and more goods and commodities. Who has to produce? European countries, capitalist countries, Britain, France, Russia, America. Those countries, they had the aim to prepare, otherwise to produce more and more goods. The surplus wealth, what is mean by surplus wealth in the sense, they have enormous wealth, more wealth they have. Yes, it was used to build more industries, railways, steamships and other such undertakings. So that's what, so their wealth, everything, they were spent. Yes, they were spent to construct more industries, railways, steamships and other such undertakings. Okay, yes. The next, what is given in the sense, the European countries expanded its authority, yes, in Africa and Asia with the help of the communication and transportation. What is mean by communication? What is mean by communication? They can, through that communication, they can exchange their ideas. Okay, so they can exchange their ideas with one another. So that is called as communication. Transportation, what is the meaning? Yes, men and materials. We can carry men and materials as well as the goods and commodities from one place to another with the help of the transportation. Yes, you know everything, is it? So European countries expanded. What is meant by expanded? What is meant by expanded, children? Expanded, what is the meaning? Yes, what is the meaning of expanded? Yes, enlarged. Yes, enlarged its authority, expanded its authority. Yes, in Africa and Asia. Yes, Asia with the help of the communication as well as the transportation facilities. A striking feature of the 19th century was that Europe emerged as the dominant power. Yes, so Europe emerged as the dominant power. At the same time, Asia and Africa were colonized and they were exploited by the European powers. So within Europe, who was the leader in the sense? England. Within Europe, who was the leader? England held a preeminent position as the world leader of capitalism. As the world leader of capitalism. So in this para, what are the things are given, children? The European countries expanded its authority in Africa and as well as in Asia with the help of their transport and communication. Moreover, what was the striking feature in the sense? Europe emerged as the dominant power. Yes, capitalist countries and all emerged as the dominant power. At the same time, Asia as well as Africa were colonized. Yes, colonized as well as they were exploited. So within Europe, who was the leader? Who was the head in the sense? England. Yes, England, otherwise called as Britain, held a preeminent position as the world leader of capitalism. Then next, what is given in the sense? In order to meet the demand for markets, in order to meet the demand, yes, more demands are there. So in order to meet the demand for markets as well as the raw materials, the capitalist countries, what they did in the sense, the European powers, they were expanded their empire for exploitation. So you can write down, children. Yes, you can write down. It is given page number 1. Okay, page number 1, you can check it. Exploitation, what is the meaning in the sense? Make use of whole resources of the particular country. Yes, so what is the meaning in the sense? The European countries, they were make use of whole resources of Asia and Africa. So that's the meaning. Exploitation in the sense, you can note down, make use of whole resource of the particular country. The next one, what is given in the sense in your book, what is given in the sense? Rise of monopoly. Yes, rise of monopoly. Monopoly, what is the meaning in the sense? There was only one market. European countries, they have only one market. From them only all have to purchase. So there was no competition. Okay, so there was no competition. From them only they have to, other countries have to purchase. Yes, they are goods and commodities. Through that, the European countries, they could have earned more money. They could have earned more money. So that is the monopoly. Yes, monopoly in the sense there was only one market. Sorry. Yes, there was only one market. No competition was there. Yes, from them only all the countries have to purchase their goods and commodities. Okay, so through that, European countries, they got otherwise they got more money. Otherwise they earn more money. So that's the thing, children. The next one, what is given in the sense? After the, so under that rise of monopoly capitalism, what is given in the sense? After 1870, what was the famous event in the sense? Unification of Germany. Unification of Germany and Italy in the year 1870, the alliance of industries. So the industries as well as the finance seeking in the sense, banks, everyone, they were joined together. Yes, they were joined together in order to seek the profits in markets for goods and capital, which was an essential characteristics of imperialism, and became evident in the later half of the 19th century. Yes, 19th century, like that. It's given, children, monopoly in the sense there was only one market. Yes, that only you should understand, you should keep it in your mind. The next one, the old ideas of free trade was collapsed. The old ideas of free trade was collapsed. So there were trust in USA. Trust in the sense, what is that? There was an organization. Okay, organization in the United States of America. So the trust people has the power to fix the price of the goods and commodities. The cartels also like that. Cartels, where it was located in the sense, it is located in Germany. Okay, cartels, that's a group. Okay, the group of business people, they had a right to fix the rate of the goods and services, goods and commodities. A trust, it is located in United States of America. These people, these powerful organizations, what they did, they combines in the sense, what is the meaning? Joined together, and the corporations dominated governments, because corporations as well as the cartel people as well as the trust people, they had more money. So that's what, they got a power. They were dominated government even. Okay, so that's the thing. So under that trust para, yes, under the trust para, so trust picture, this one is the trust picture, children. You can check it. This is the photo, is a trust picture. It is located in United States of America. Okay, so they have a right to fix the price of the goods and commodities. Okay, goods and commodities. This is the trust picture, children. Yes, you can check it, children. So the next one, children. Next one, the trust. Under the trust, what are the things are given? It is an industrial organization. I just before told, it is an organization like that. It is an industrial organization, and it involved in your book, what word is given in the sense? Engaged. Yes, engaged, that word is given. Engaged, otherwise involved in the production or distribution of any commodity. So what was their work? You check it. It is an industrial organization. It engaged in the production and or distribution of any commodity. Yes, that's the thing. The trust would possess adequate control over the supply and price of that commodity to its own advantage. So this is the thing. Yes, trust, they had a power, they had a right to fix the price of the goods and services. So that's the thing, children. So the next one, what is given in your book in the sense, so this personality all know, I think so, Lenin. Yes, he is Lenin. Yes, in the Lenin, regarding Lenin, what is given in your book in the sense, under that imperialism and its essential characteristics para, it is given. According to Lenin, imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism. According to Lenin, what he is telling in the sense regarding the imperialism, what does mean by imperialism? The aggressive behavior of one's own country. The aggressive behavior of one's own country. So that is called as what? Imperialism. Okay. So according to Lenin, imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism. Highest stage of capitalism. See, children, look at here. According to Lenin, imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism, like that is telling. Okay, so colonies served as a market. So what are the colonies in the sense? Is what are the countries considered as a colonies? Is served as a colonies. Asia as well as Africa. Those countries served as a marketplace. At the same time, capitalist countries in the sense, European countries, they were producing goods and services, goods and commodities in their country, and everything they were sold in the colonies, especially in Asia as well as Africa. Okay, so this much only they are given under this heading. Okay, under this heading, these are the things are given, children. The next one, what is given in the sense, that 1.2. Yes, 1.1. What are the things are there? 1.1. What are the things are there? Check it once again, children. 1.1. What are the things are there in the sense? That scramble. Yes, scramble for colonies. Scramble for colonies in the sense, what is that? Scramble in the sense, struggled. Yes, the European countries, they were produced more and more goods and commodities. They were, they have to sell everything. They have to sell the goods and commodities in the market. That's what they were searched the colonies in Asia and African continents. Okay, so those things only given here. So then next, that European countries, under that para, the striking features of 19th century was that Europe emerged as the dominant power, while Asia and Africa were colonized, and moreover they were exploited. Yes, like that they are telling in the book. Then in order to meet the demand for European countries, in order to meet the demand for markets as well as the raw materials, the capitalist powers, otherwise European powers, what they did, they were expanded their empire, they were expanded their territory. Yes, they were expanded their territory for exploitation, like that. What is meant by exploitation also, just before I told what is the meaning? Make use of the whole resources of the particular country. Yes, so monopoly capitalism also, just before I said, only there was only one market. Regarding trust as well as the cartels also, I told her, trust in the sense, it is an industrial organization. It has the power to fix the prices of the goods and commodities, like that. Same work only who has in the sense cartels also, it is a group. Okay, it is a group which is located in Germany. Okay, Germany. So these people and all, these people in the sense, trust as well as the cartels, they were joined together, and then they were dominated government, like that also I told children. So this one, trust picture, like that I showed. Okay, the next one, this one already explained. The trust, regarding the trust, it's an industrial organization. It involved in the production or distribution of any commodity. Yes, commodity. Moreover, they have more money also, so they were dominated government, like that I said, I think so. The next one, Lenin. Yes, Lenin, the personality, Lenin, what he told in the sense, according to Lenin, imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism, like that he was telling. Okay, so imperialism, what is the meaning? The aggressive behavior of one's own country, like that I said. Okay, so the capitalist countries, they were producing more and more goods and commodities, everything. They have to sell in the market, sell in the market. The market, where they were found out in the sense, Asia as well as African colonies. Okay, the next one, 1.2. 1.2, what is given in the sense? What are the things are given under that 1.2 in the sense? Rivalry of great powers. Great powers in the sense Britain, France, Russia, those countries only. Yes, rivalry in the sense, what is that? What is that rivalry? Rivalry in the sense, the competition. Okay, rivalry of great powers in the sense competition. Okay, rivalry in the sense competition of great powers. In the 19th century, European powers had colonized many other countries. Okay, the European countries, under the European countries, many countries, became colonies. Okay, so that's a thing. By 1880, most of the Asian countries had been colonized. Most of the 1880, yes, one word answer. 1880, most of the Asian countries had been colonized, but only Africa was left. Okay, Africa was left. The occupation, division, and the colonization of Africa took place from 1881 to 1914. 1881 to 1914. In between these years, Africa became one of the colony of Britain. Okay, Britain. Okay, so that's a thing. So after 1870, what was the famous event in the sense? Unification of Germany and Italy. Unification of Germany and Italy. Yes, which year after 1870? England, France, Belgium, Italy, Germany, is those countries, joined in the scramble for colonies. Scramble in the sense, when I was teaching 1.1, I told the meaning. Scramble in the sense struggled. Scramble in the sense, what is that? Struggled. Okay, struggled, fought for colonies. Struggled for colonies. So that's the thing. So 1870, what was the famous event in the sense? Unification of Germany and Italy. In this para, what are the things I told in the sense? You see, Africa became the colony of Britain and France from the year 1881 to 1914. Yes, so this one, it's very important, children. The next one, clashes. Yes, clashes in the sense fight, conflict, quarrel. Okay, quarrel. Yes, quarrel we can tell. Clashes in the sense is clashes in the sense, what are the things and all we can tell, fight we can tell. Yes, fight we can tell. Clashes we can tell. Otherwise conflict we can tell. Okay, children. Yes, among us great powers. Yes, so because of the colonies. Yes, because of the colonies. See, England alone controlled many colonies in. Yes, it had. Otherwise, England have, many colonies in Asia and Africa, even though it was not satisfied. Yes, which country? England or Britain? Okay, so England was in competition with Germany and USA. Yes, Germany and USA. It had a conflict. It had a clash. Okay, it had a clash with Germany and USA, which were producing cheaper manufactured goods and thus capturing England's market. Yes, so national fight, national rivalry in the sense, what is the meaning? National rivalry in the sense national competition. Okay, rivalry in the sense competition led to frequent fight between these great powers in Asia and Africa and Europe. Okay, so national rivalry, what is the meaning? Competition. You can underline, children. You can underline and then write it. National rivalry in the sense competition led to the frequent in the sense very often they used to fight in between these great powers in Asia, Africa and Europe. Okay, so next para, what is given in the sense? Asia. Okay, Asia. Under Asia, the rise of Japan is given in your book, children. It's very, very interesting, children. Japanese history. You can check it, your book, during the Meiji era. Meiji era in the sense, one of the Japanese dynasty. Meiji era. Okay, Meiji rulers. Okay, Meiji rulers. Otherwise, Japanese dynasty law, like that also we can tell. Okay, Meiji era, which year to which year in the sense? 1867 to 1912. Yes, 1867 to 1912. Yes, they were, these people, Japanese people, they did not allow other European countries in the Japan. Okay, in Japan, they did not allow other European countries in Japan, but they were imitating, like that one word is given in your book. What is the meaning of imitation? In the sense copied. Okay, the Japanese people, they were copied the Western education. Okay, so Western education, everything, they were copied. See, Western nations, the Japan followed Western education and missionary with a modern army and navy. Japan later, Japan emerged as an advanced industrialized power. Yes, so listen, children here. So Japan, imitated Western nations. So that's what they were came to know about the Western education, missionaries with the modern army techniques, everything, army technique, navy technique, everything they were learned. After that, they became a industrialized power, advanced. They were developed industrialized power, otherwise advanced industrialized power. Moreover, in the year 1894, which war was occur in the sense Sino-Japanese war. Sino in the sense which country? In the sense China. Okay, China. Sino-Japanese war. Spelling you can check it, children. In your book it is not mentioned. They did not mention this one. You can check it. 1894 Sino-Japanese war was broke out. In this war, what happened? China was defeated. Japan got a victory. Okay, so China was defeated. That's what at the end of the war, which treaty was signed in the sense a treaty of Shimonoseki was signed. Treaty of Shimonoseki. Yes, which treaty? Treaty of Shimonoseki was signed in the year 1895. So, under the provisions of this treaty, what they were mentioned in the sense, Japan can annex Liaotung Peninsula with Port Arthur. Okay, Liaotung Peninsula also they can take. Okay, Japanese people they can annex, as well as Port Arthur also they can take. Yes, so by this action, Japan had proved that it was the strongest nation of East Asia. In the East Asia, Japan proved that it was the strongest nation. So because of the pressure of the European powers, what happened in the sense, listen, because of the pressure of the European powers, Japan gave up. Yes, vittu vittadu. Yes, that's a mean. Japan gave up its right over Port Arthur. Yes, Port Arthur. So children, 1894, which war was occurred in the sense? Sino-Japanese war was occurred. Yes, within 1 year it was over. It came to an end. Yes, in the year 1895, which treaty was signed in the sense? Which treaty? Treaty of Shimonoseki. Yes, the treaty of Shimonoseki was signed. Then Japan annexed the Liaotung Peninsula with Port Arthur. But later what happened in the sense? Because of the pressure of the European powers, Japan gave up its right over the Port Arthur. Yes, the next one, what is given in the sense? In your book it is given that colonization. Yes, colonization and its. Then here what is given by okay, then because of the at that time, listen, one small story here I did not mention. At that time, what happened in the sense 1895, Japan developed as an industrial nation now. So that time Russia took advantage and sent a large army to Manchuria. Okay, Manchuria. Yes, so Japanese place only Manchuria. So Japan, entered into an alliance with England. Okay, yes, Japan, he asked the help from England in the year 1902. That alliance was called as Anglo-Japanese Alliance. Anglo-Japanese Alliance. So Japan demanded Russia to withdraw troops from Manchuria. So Russia, underestimated Japan. That's what one more war was broke out in the year 1904. 1904. Yes. So what was the name of the war in the sense? Russo-Japanese War. Russo-Japanese War was broke out. So Russia was defeated in this war. Okay. Moreover, Japan got back Port Arthur. So after the completion of this war, what happened? Japan became great power. Yes, Japan became great power. Yes, so that's a thing. The next one, what is given in the sense, children? What is given in the sense? Strong armed diplomacy of Japan. Yes, here I did not mention this one. Listen, you can check your book, children. Strong armed diplomacy of Japan. Yes, after 1905, after the completion of the Portsmouth Treaty. Yes, Portsmouth Treaty, when it was signed in the sense 1904, Russo-Japanese War was occurred now. Yes, the 1905 it was ended. Yes, at the end of the Russo-Japanese War, they were signed the Treaty of Portsmouth. Okay, so Japan took control of Korea. Yes, Korean domestic and foreign policy. So Japanese diplomat, what was the reason in the sense? Japanese diplomat was killed in Korea. Okay, in Korea, no, Japanese diplomat, was killed. So that's what. Yes, in order to take revenge, Japan annexed Korea in the year 1910. So in China, what happened? Since Korea was annexed by Japan in the year 1910, because one of the Japanese diplomat was killed in Korea. In order to take revenge, Japan annexed Korea in the year 1910. So in China, what happened? The downfall of Manchu dynasty. Yes, the Manchu dynasty, Manchu rulers gave Manchu rulers falling down in the sense downfall. Okay, so totally distracted that empire. So it gave the opportunity to Japan to enter into China also. Enter into China also. So that's what Japan demanded the transfer of German rights in Shandong Peninsula to Japan. What was the demand of Japan? The transfer of German rights in Shandong Peninsula to Japan. You have to give, it was asking with Germany, you have to give back the Shandong Peninsula to me, like that Japan was asking. So this strong diplomacy aroused the hostility of both China and the European powers. Okay, the next one, what is given in the sense? Colonization and its fallout. Yes, fallout, what is given in that sense here? It's very interesting, children. 1876, nearly 10% of Africa was under the European rule. Okay, only 10% of Africa was under the European rule. By 1900, the whole of Africa was colonized. Britain, France, Belgium, they had the African continent among themselves. They were divided the African continents among themselves. So left a few areas for Germany and Italy. Yes, so Britain, France, Russia, Germany, those countries also established sphere of influence in China. What does mean by sphere of influence? In the sense, they had a control, they had a power over the particular area. That is the sphere of influence. So they got a right over China. Okay, so they can divide China among themselves. So that's a sphere of influence. The next one, what is given in the sense? Japan took. So under that, under the sphere of influences, some points are given. What are the areas, Japan took in the sense? Taiwan and Korea. Okay, France conquered Indochina. Then moreover, the USA, okay, United States of America took Philippines from Spain. Okay, from Spain and Britain. Spain and Britain. Then Spain. Then full stop. Okay, Britain and Russia agreed to partition Iran. Yes, Britain and Russia agreed to partition Iran. Partition in the sense dividing. Okay, so they had a mutual contract. Okay, so they can divide the Iran among themselves like that. Okay, the next one, what is given in the sense? The first European attempts. Okay, the first European attempts to carve out colonies in Africa resulted bloody battles. Okay, so that Europeans activities, okay, it leads to the activities of the European countries leads to the bloody battles. The French people fought a long and bitter war to conquer Algeria and Senegal. Okay, at the same time, the British people lost to the Zulus. Okay, in the year 1879. Yes, and to the Sudanese army in the year 1884. Then this is the one word answer, children. The Italian army suffered a devastating defeat at the hands of an Ethiopian army at Adowa in the year 1896. This is the one word answer, children. The Italian army suffered a devastating defeat at the hands of an Ethiopian army at Adowa in the year 1896. Students, later we can see that next topic. Okay, now I am going to dictate the answers. Choose the best answer. You can take your book, all of you. I hope you are checking the book, I think so, children. page number, the question page you can take it children. Yes, question page, 1 or 2 questions only. Students, page number 14. The first, choose the best answer. First one, A. Option A is the correct answer. Second one, option B, Japan. Japan is the correct answer. Third one, Lenin is the correct answer. Third one. I hope you all are marking. Then fill in the blanks area. Fill in the blanks area children. Japan forced a war on China in the year 1894. 1894. 1894. Then third question, second question till I did not teach children. Okay, that portion till did not come even. Okay, third one, 1902. Japan entered into an alliance with England in the year 1902. Okay children, this much only. Okay, next class we can meet. Thank you.